Maya of House Arano, High Lady of the Oregon Reach, Protector of Coromadir, and the Sword of Restoration. But I am not a hero, no matter what the stories say. A hero would have sacrificed more, compromised less. A hero would have done better. You know this, of course. You were there. My father used to tell me stories about the ancient times, about the Star League, a golden age of prosperity, upheld by the great mech warriors of old, guardians of the innocent, protectors of the peace. I always dreamed of following in their footsteps. I was too young to see the truth of things. After all, it wasn't heroism or a noble cause that won me the throne. It was hiring a mercenary, skilled enough, perhaps ruthless enough, to carry the day. Hiring you. I still don't know if you fought for honor or for the thrill of it, for belief in my cause, or just in my money. But whether it was your noble heart or mercenary mind, your actions gave us hope. That makes you a hero in the eyes of history. Whether you believe it, that's up to you.
G'day ladies and gents, and welcome to BattleTech with Mags. I did say that as soon as this came out I would be playing it, and as it turns out I'm playing it a little bit ahead of when it comes out. BattleTech's not due for release until the 24th or the 25th, so first things first, we've got to get into the usual disclaimers. This was sent to me as a review copy to have a look at. This, however, is not a review. I will not be allowed to do a review until the 24th, so it is just gameplay. Second thing I've got to let everybody know here is this will be playing through the single-player campaign. There will be spoilers. However, in this first video, pretty much everything that happens, minus one or two things, has already been shown in the trailers and the promo material for the BattleTech game. So if you've been following the game and you've seen these promo reels and these trailers, nothing here is going to surprise you. If you've been avoiding those to avoid all potential storyline spoilers or anything along those lines, now's your chance to turn off the video and come back once you've started playing the game. Okay, so we're going to get straight into the core of the game here. There's three things I'm going to show you in today's video. First will be the character creation tool, then we're going to jump through to the first tutorial mission, which is a straight up tutorial. It'll show you how the game's played, doesn't last that long, and then we jump into the second tutorial mission, which is also the first major storyline mission in the game. Okay, so the Oregon Reach is a small kingdom in the Rimworld periphery, a region of space that lies on the outskirts of the more densely colonized inner sphere. It is the home of the Agurian Coalition, the Federation organized around a parliamentary monarchy that is ruled by the Arano family. For 3 generations under the rule of House Arano, the Agurian Coalition has remained a relatively peaceful corner of the periphery. And this is where our story begins. So this is obviously the character creator, and we're going to have a few options here. First up, we have to pick where did our family descend from and where did we enter the Reach from. We've got a few options here. The top 5 here are the major houses of the Inner Sphere. So you've got the Draconis Combine, the Free Worlds League, the Federation Stuns, the Lyrian Commonwealth, and the Capellian Confederation. Now, you'll recognise some of the names, Steiner and Davian. These two in particular, I think, have appeared in just about every single Mech Warrior game ever created. The ones below it, these 3 are factions that are present within the Reach itself that you will encounter over the course of the campaign. And the Deep Periphery is the region of space beyond the periphery, for which Alexander Kerensky disappeared to with the armies of the Star League as the Star League started to fall, the move that would eventually lead to creation of the clans. So you can pick there. Doesn't mean you're a clanner, just means you're from an area that's a little bit closer to their space than everybody else. The game is based in 3025, I think, so it's well before the clan invasion. I think if I remember the storyline correctly at this point, the Wolf's Dragoons, which is a recon force sent by Clan Wolf under the guise of a mercenary group to actually check out the Inner Sphere and scout it out, has only just arrived in Inner Sphere space at this point. So, anyways, we're going to go with Dratcom. Create a Draconis Combine descended character. You're of noble birth. Though immigrants to the Augurian Reach, your family still established a comfortable presence on a small backwater system on the edge of the Agrian region space. By the time you were born, your family had become the de facto ruling nobility of the system's only inhabited planet. You were the oldest child and heir to the family's titles and ancestral battle mech, an old Blackjack BJ-1. This is where you met Raju Mastiff Montgomery, a veteran of the Succession Wars, whom your parents hired on for a season to train you as a mech warrior. Raju was a strict but capable teacher, and you quickly became a skilled pilot under his tutelage. It was an uneventful life. Alright, so one thing I need to point out with this, and it's actually really cool, every section that you see something highlighted in yellow, you can click and get a pop-up that will explain what it is. So if you're unfamiliar with the actual lore behind the BattleTech universe, you can pull up information on individual characters. You know, what is the Succession Wars? There's a good breakdown of that. What is a mech warrior? Breakdown of that, and so on and so forth. So if you're ever curious, or you think that the storyline is just going off on rails, just clicking one of the yellow names and you can get yourself up to speed on what that is. Alright, so here's where the choices actually start to matter. This is until after your 16th birthday when, and you get a bunch of options here. So you were exiled, you struck out on your own, your family went bankrupt, your family died in an accident, your family was betrayed. Each one will give you 2 stat bonuses that vary depending on which ones you pick. Gunnery is your ability to handle weapons. Tactics allows you some advanced capabilities. Guts increases the health of your mech warrior and your ability to tolerate heat in combat. Piloting is obviously your ability to pilot the battle mech, so piloting allows you to move further and longer. I actually like Gunnery and Guts for my character, so I go with Betrayed. Out on your own, you fell into a life of A, and this puts you into the job from which you enter the storyline of the campaign. You, again, have a couple of options you can choose from here. They will give you some bonuses inside of the communications, the conversation system inside of the game, and they do give you 1 stat point. I go with the Coalition Soldier, gives you +1 Gunnery, which brings your Gunnery up to 5, or at least it should, and it fits in with the storyline quite nicely. So if we go with that. Until years later, you cross paths with Raju Mastiff Montgomery once again. On an ill-fated mission, you were caught behind enemy lines and separated from your lance. Raju happened to be on a patrol nearby and launched a daring rescue. Upon finding out it was you that he had rescued, he brought you to the House Arano Royal Guard. So it's that you find yourself reunited with your old mentor, preparing your ancestral blackjack for guard duty on the coronation day of Lady Kamina Arano. Dun dun dun, and we're at the start of the storyline. Okay, so I've obviously done a little prep work on this character already. So you enter your character's call sign and your character's name. The game will refer to all of them at various points, and you have a selection of portraits that you can select from. You can also, once selected one, hit customize, and it will bring up a bunch of sliders, and you can go through and adjust camera angles and appearances, anything you want. You can play with any of the character options in there. So I've gone with the black and red aesthetic, because that's what I'll be painting my battle mechs in a little bit later, and yeah. So, final page. Draconis Combine, descended character whose family was betrayed and then became a soldier. That's our stats. We can see we got Gunnery 4, Piloting 2, Tactics 2, Guts 3. I was really hoping for Gunnery 5 off the bat, but unfortunately no. But there we have it. That is your character that you will be playing in the game, or at least one of them. As I said before, the pilot that you create here is a mech warrior that you will command over the course of the campaign, and it does at least appear that if he gets killed, the campaign will end. So he is likely, well, he or she, whichever way you choose to go, is going to be an important character that you must keep alive. You don't have to deploy them on missions, but they are also the only mech warrior that you own, or the character you create is the only mech warrior that you own, that you don't have to pay in order to maintain them. So, yeah. Anyways, that's it. Hit confirm, and we're off.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, so what we've got here is the basic tutorial. There is no way to skip the basic one, but it doesn't take too long to complete, so I'll leave it in just so you can have a bit of a look at the moment. WASD to move the camera around, Q and E to rotate the camera. Now the game is turn-based. Razer Mastiff Montgomery. Okay, Mags. I had the Espinosa refit yards rush the repairs on your blackjack. Looks like it's all in one piece, but we should run some diagnostics on it just to be sure. Standard field tests, you know the drills. Alright, so basically we're supposed to be testing the mech.
I'll come right out and say it, kid. I wasn't completely honest with you the other day. There's gonna be more to this job than escort duty.
Now, obviously, the BattleTech game is turn-based. You can see the small dots are your movement points that you can move your mech to. We'll go through this a little bit more as we play, but I'm quickly going to run through these because we have, there's 3 tutorial missions. First one is basic controls, which is what we're on. I brought you here because there's something wrong in the capital. It's been too quiet since High Lord Tamanasi's funeral, and I'm wondering about Lady Kamina's safety during her coronation procession. Anyways, it looks like the actuators check out. Let's conduct a weapons test, target one of those burnt-out old urban mechs, and open fire.
Like I was saying, I can't prove anything, but my gut tells me something's off, and a warrior trusts their instincts.
Okay, cool. Now, there's 3 tutorials, as I said. First is basic controls, which is the one we're on. Gives you a basic overview on how you actually control everything within the game. The second one is sort of a storyline tutorial. Essentially what it does is give you a large number of targets to play around with, and some basic tactical options you'll get to choose between while having command of a couple of fairly skilled mechs that are more advanced than what you will have when you enter the main game. The third tutorial mission is almost not a tutorial mission. It's simply there to introduce you to the concepts of running a mercenary company, which you will be doing for the rest of the game. We're going to do this one and the first main story mission today, just for a start, and then I will do the mercenary mission at the start of the mercenary section of the game, and then probably the next video. Anyways, we can't really miss here. Basic breakdown of the combat interface. Obviously you have your characters and your mech down here. Up on top you have your target and its details. You can mouse over each of the individual parts and see if there's any components inside of them. This thing looks like it's just pure structure. On the right hand side you have a breakdown of all your weapon systems and their chance to hit. Any weapons that don't have a percentage chance that is high enough that you like, you can toggle off and you do not need to fire them. All weapons, when they fire, will generate heat on the mech. After a certain amount of time, if your mech builds up too much heat, it will overheat and shut down. Also, some weapons, not lasers obviously, but such as the autocannon 2s here, do have ammunition limitations, so you have to keep that in mind. So we're just going to alpha strike this urban mech. That did your job.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Good shot, your guns are in working order at least. And we're getting a target dummy coming in, we're going to shoot that one next. I've been training Lady Arano since she was 14 years old. She can be naive at times and proud, but I have no doubt that she'll be a just and effective ruler. It's on us to see her safely to Cordia City. I'll rest easier once she's in the capital with her cousin Victoria by her side. Lady Victoria, she's only been training under me for a single season, but she's already shaped herself into one of the strongest mech warriors I've ever seen, and reminds me a lot of you, truth be told. Anyways, we should run a check on your targeting computer. You see that drone over there? The one moving through the tree line. Put some hurt on it for me, and when it turns, take out the rear angle shot. And once it's down, we'll keep moving.
Kamiya's like a daughter to me. And her late father, High Lord Tamati, was a good friend.
Yeah. Okay, so when vehicles move into trees, actually I can sort of show you this one. It's not going to let me move. I'll have to show you that one in a second. The trees will offer cover. They offer an evasion bonus to anything that is inside of them. And you will get to, at least later on, select certain components within the vehicles that you will be able to take out. For the moment, we're just going to alpha strike the hell out of this thing in the trees again. And just be done with it. And it's a tough cookie. It doesn't get destroyed.
Victoria
And now it's
pulls
driving
no
away
punches,
from us.
But she's been a loyal companion to Kamiya since they were kids. Aside from you, there's no one I'd rather have by my side in a fight.
Alright, fire again, and this will hit the back of the tank, and boom, blows through the rear armor and destroys the vehicle. So, armor levels are sort of modeled in the game. Well, they are modeled, at least within the boundaries of the game. The entire game's control system, by the way, is essentially taken from the old BattleTech board game. A few of the rules from the board game have been adapted to work within the digital environment, but the game plays on the original board game rule set, which is why the turn-based system. Nice shot. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with Agurian politics, but the Reach was badly shaken by High Lord Tamiya's death. It needs a smooth transfer of power, and Kamiya belongs to the Cormorant throne. Go ahead and fire up your jump jets, kid. I want to see you descend the cliff face. Okay, so we're going to do a jump jet test next. So as I was saying, with armor, if you can get around and flank a unit, the armor is generally weaker on the rear, so you'll be able to do more damage from behind.
Jets build a lot of heat, and that was more than your engine could handle. Head on into that water. We need to get you cooled off.
Yes, there are also environmental things that will affect your mech as well. So putting this mech in water will increase the rate that it cools off. There are other environmental hazards which will add heat to the mech or potentially slow its movement, make it more vulnerable to incoming fire, less likely to be able to dodge from melee, or put it in a position where its melee is going to be more effective. So, yes. Plasma leak detected, jump jet malfunction, jump jet systems damaged, system inoperable until repaired. Yeah, that's essentially to take the jump jets out of the next part of the mission, so you can't play with them. Oh, for the love of God, this is what you get for insisting on a rush job, We'll skip through this part. Now, we've just got to attack the mech here in melee. Now, this is one of the cool parts, and I think this is the first BattleTech game, or MechWarrior game, or BattleTech universe-based game on PC that actually has properly incorporated this. Mk.II melee.
Push that engine, kid. If something goes wrong today, I want to know that your mech can maneuver.
Alright, let's do a sprint.
Full throttle.
And turn towards target. Evasive and shots missed. Excellent. Congratulations, Mags. Your blackjack is at combat ready as it can be, given circumstances. For what it's worth, I hope that my suspicions turn out to be unfounded, and in the end of the day, we have a good laugh about what a paranoid old man I've become. If not, then I know you'll be ready.
An impressive display, Sir Raju. Of course, this mech warrior was a student of yours. I'd expect them to know their way around a cockpit.
a little bit of storyline here. Once we move into the circle, that should bring it to a close. Mags, allow me to introduce Kamina Arano, the soon-to-be High Lady of the Agorian Coalition. Is Lady Victoria on this channel? For the time being, my father has summoned me to the Picton docks. I have a fleet inspection and a tour of the family refit yards to preside over there before the coronation. Behold the responsibilities of a noble daughter, a fount of tedium that never runs dry. I know the feeling, cousin. By this time tomorrow I'll be responsible for the entire Reach. Give my best to your father, and don't be late for the tourney. The gambling dens are already taking bets on how long it'll take me to cripple that customized monstrosity you pilot. Bold words, cousin, but the only victory they'll be celebrating is mine. You may be ascending the throne today, but the Kaga is more than a match for the family heirloom that you call a battle mech. And in this arena, I reign supreme. Basically, two rulers having a dick-waving competition. So Raju, I'm ready to go when you are. Overland along the Cormorant Road and to the, as is the Arano tradition. Kamina will get you there in one piece, Mags falling behind me. And remember what I told you.
Mission successful.
That brings us to the end of this mission, and then we start the next one, which is the beginning of the core storyline. Now, I will say this one more time before we go any further in. At this point, if you have been avoiding spoilers for this game completely, this is the point where the spoilers are really going to start. Last chance to turn off. Do not complain that I did not warn you, because at this point I've warned you twice. Okay, let's go.
I remember the Oregon Reach of old, the time of the Great Expansion. I was just a boy then. Proudly we went forth, bringing the light of our coalition to so many systems. And for what? To see our great kingdom slowly waste away? Year after year, the Council deliberates while our economy falters. And the wolves bay at every door, while covetous neighbors plot against us. Well, I say, it can go no further. We are here today because if Lady Arano will not act, someone must. I know what I'm asking of you. You will face former comrades, or even loved ones, on the battlefield. I take up arms against my own niece. But remember, today we sacrifice so that tomorrow we can return our kingdom to its proper glory, to its proper strength. So should you fall tonight, know that you did so as true heroes of the Reach. To your stations, for the Directorate!
Command interface initiated.
I'm going to miss this, Raju. The clarity of purpose that I feel in the cockpit of a battle mech, the simplicity of it, but here they are, just up ahead of me, the city gates and my future, all laid out before me. Wait, what's that smoke? A guard post, one of the small ones that dot the road leading to the capital, but the emergency band's been quiet all morning. I haven't heard anything about any fire.
This is damned odd, and I don't like it. Kid, keep your head on a swivel and be ready for anything. I'm moving.
Alright, so this time we get to command a series of battle mechs. We are carrying the Future Queen, the veteran that trained us, and our own, of course. Some sort of explosion, looks recent too. Do you think it was an accident? No chance. You see those scorch marks in the rubble? Laser fire. We need to get you out of here, Kamina, right now. Yes, I think you're right. There's a patrol of Royal Guard mechs up around the corner. We should go to them.
Whatever's happening here, I won't let it derail your coronation. Your people need you.
Thank you, Raju. I will prove myself worthy of the faith you've placed in me.
Of that,
Now-
I have no doubt.
Now, the one thing I can say about the combat here, well, I'll be saying quite a few things about the combat, so that was sort of a stupid thing to say, but one of the things that I have noticed that may be most surprising for people is how long it goes for. The game is not one of those ones where you can jump into a mission and you'll rush through it in 15 minutes. There's a lot of slower paced gameplay here, and it's quite good. There's a lot of tactics that you can play with. I'm very much enjoying it.
Roger that.
Alright, let's get our mechs down around the corner. Now, since we're not in combat at the moment, we can move them in any order that we like. However, once we go into combat, they will be... The movement order will be selected and controlled by initiative. Anybody who's played any kind of pen and paper tabletop game will be familiar with the systems that are in operation here. Alright, so what we're going to do... I don't quite want to cross the yellow line there just yet. Not until all of my mechs are in the right spot. Okay, so let's get a Mastiff. We get into a green dot and cover there at the trees. Now if we do this right, although he's not going to be able to look in the right direction for it. Look at that. No, still too far. There we go. That'll get him facing forward. Unfortunately, he won't have the cover there, but that's okay. Issue that movement order, and then move Lady Arano into the trees there. And they'll both be... Well, Lady Arano will be in cover and both will be in firing position by the time this happens. Hail Mastiff! Hail Lady Arano! We were preparing for Lady Arano's coronation parade when we got word of a disturbance along the Cormorant Road. A guard post behind us was attacked, so Raiju found evidence of laser fire. Is the road behind you clear? All the way to the southern gate. Lead the way, Sir Raiju. We'll fall in behind you and guard your 6. Tell me something, guardsman. If the road is clear, why is your battle mech damaged? Our mechs are overdue for maintenance, but that isn't important right now. We need to worry about Lady Arano's safety. Now, my lady, if you'll come with us. No, you're lying to us. It's my coronation day. No mech tech would have sent you out on parade duty in that condition. I am your sovereign, sir. You will tell me what happened here. Damn it, girl, we don't have time for this. Take them, kill the old man and the mech warrior, but take Lady Arano alive.
Fall back, Kamea. Get behind
It's
her.
treason then.
You didn't train me to cower, Raiju. You trained me to fight.
Safeties disengaged.
And the Panther goes in for the melee. One evasion. Doesn't look like it got a good hit on. Yeah, now I think we can close the little window here on the combat phases.
You've got my attention.
Alright, Mastiff. Yeah, I'm going to go melee with the Centurion. Structure exposed, left leg destroyed, and plus, -1 to evasion. And knockdown. So that's good news. That's the Panther out of the fight for the moment. It can still get back up. It hasn't been completely removed, but that should be enough to prevent it from doing any more damage. Somebody just got themselves on my shit list. A Shadowhawk. Alright, so...
Yes, I hear you.
Kamiya. Let's do a standard attack, targeting the Shadowhawk. Alright, so, as you saw before, we have all the hit ratings down the side. Pretty much everything except the LRMs is going to hit well, so we'll turn the LRMs off for this one. We are going to build up quite a lot of heat in this volley, but it should be worth it. And... that is... yeah. That's pretty much all I can do. I don't have the aiming capability available at this time. Otherwise, I would do that to ensure all the guns were aiming at just the center torso to call this Shadowhawk straight out. But
Confirmed.
this should do. Head destroyed. Pilot lethal damage. Yep, that's him out.
Hostile unit down.
Okay. And that leaves me to... well, actually not do a great deal, to be perfectly honest. I can't quite reach the mech to do what I wanted to do, but I might be able to attack it and put it down on the ground. 50%, we can turn the AC2s off, too much damage on those, more to the point, too low a chance to hit. So meat lasers at close range.
Nice job, kid. One fewer hostile on the board.
Alexander Madeira. I think that's right. Alexander. Come here, can you hear me? Alexander, we were just attacked. The Royal Guard. My own guardsmen tried to take me prisoner. It's happening here too. The Royal Guard are killing one another in the halls. Lord Cossier's house guard just got gunned down in front of me. The Tawny Pavilion is a slaughterhouse. But I won't let these seditionists or whoever they are steal my birthright. We need to rally every loyalist we can find and make a push on the capital. I'll take the throne by force if I must. Go to Rotorua Township to the armory. The soldiers are using it as a rallying point. I heard Lord Damascus sent his house guard there a few minutes ago. Someone's here, I have to move. Rally what forces you can and meet me at the Tawny grounds. Be safe. You heard, Mastiff. Rotorua Township will go there, rally our fighters, and march on the southern gate with an army at our back. Come here, I know you and Lord Mudden are friends, but we can't take what he just told you on faith. Right now, we don't know who we can trust. In this case, we do. Alexander has been my closest friend and confidant for as long as I can remember. His loyalty is beyond question. I trust him with my life and yours. Now take me to the armory. As you command, my lady.
Traitors in the guard. And I fear this is only the beginning. Follow me, keep close, and remember your training. Things are likely to get ugly between here and there.
Let's keep...
We've got company.
Enemy contact. We've got targets on sensors. So we haven't identified what they are, but just looking at the silhouettes, what we have here is 3 ground units, probably tanks and missile SRM, LRM carriers. Now I'm going to try and keep the Queen to Be's mech in the tree line at all times. She's got a fairly tanky mech, but I want to avoid it taking damage if we can avoid it at all.
Orders.
Mastiff Centurion, on the other hand, is a really tanky mech, and I'm quite happy with him absorbing all the damage. Now, we do not have enough to be able to even start lobbing long-range shots yet, but we do have some weights here. 35 ton, 30 ton, 25 ton, 35 ton. And the 35ers will be basically main battle tanks. The 30 ton is likely an LRM carrier, and the 25 ton is likely an SRM carrier. The 30 ton is a galleon, which makes it a very light tank. Actually, cool little design, that one. Okay, so
Tell me what you need.
If I put her just there, she won't be exposed to direct fire by the tank, but she will be able to engage it with missiles. When you turn off all the other weapon systems, the LRM-5s can fire over terrain features. Didn't destroy it, but did a good job putting damage down on it. That's a Scorpion. Now from that position, I apparently have direct fire capability on at least one of the targets. So which one? Galleon. Alright, and our highest chances to hit are the AC2s. Our heat level's good, but I won't want to fire all of these weapons. So we'll turn off... We'll keep the 75 lasers firing and the AC2s, but we'll turn the second set off to preserve a little bit of heat. Okay, that's the Galleon removed.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Oh, there comes a missile volley. No solid hits. 35 ton, it's a striker. That's actually a missile carrier, so 35 tons of missile carriers. Alright, so round 9.
Talk to me.
Let's get some direct fire action happening here. Alright, so we're going to move Mastiff up into the tree line, so he's in a bit of cover. This gives him a 25% bonus on his, an evasion bonus and a cover bonus. 25%, so that's nice. Now, we're going to do a multi-target here. We're going to assign the Striker as target A, and the Scorpion as target B. And we're going to 80% on target B, 66. Which weapons are going to work best here? Alright, so the AC-10 set to target B has an 86% chance, with the LRM-10s having an 80% chance, and the medium lasers both have 85 on target A. So hopefully that will be enough to take out both vehicles. The target A gets hit first with the med lasers.
Damn you for making me do that, son.
And the AC-10 and the missile volley quite comfortably, or the AC-10 alone quite comfortably takes out the second vehicle. Now, I'm going to bring myself up next. And I haven't actually got anybody to shoot at, but I want my blackjack to go through first. That's going to be 2 shield down, and we'll reserve Kamiya. And there's the Striker. Takes a hit.
You have my attention.
Sprint, no jump jets on the Kintaro. Oh, that sucks. I was hoping it would have. Move the Kintaro up into the tree line, and it'll be able to fire at the Striker. So looking at this, we've got 75, 75, 70, 65 on the SRM. So it's best to go with just the dual meds. We'll throw the second SRM-6 in as well.
Affirmative.
2 med hits, missiles in, structure exposed, vehicle destroyed. Alright, so at this point we're pretty clear to just move the mechs in reasonably fast. We've taken out all of the opposition that we have on sensors at this point.
Oh no. We're too late.
And it looks like the township has been taken out.
Roger.
Location confirmed.
Kamiya, do you read me? It's Espinosa, your uncle. Do you hear me? Espinosa is usurping the throne. It can't be. My uncle, Victoria. Kamiya, I just watched Espinosa battle mechs plow through an alley full of civilians. This is happening, and it's happening now. Your loyalists have fallen back to the market district. That's where they're making their stand. What's left of the Royal Guard are doing their best, but there's something wrong with their battle mechs. Wait, what's that sound? Oh gods. that's actually a real nasty, because orbital strikes on civilian populations are supposed to be illegal in the 31st millennium. You can orbital strike a military base or a group of battle mechs on a battlefield, but you're not meant to be able to do that to civilian populations, so yeah. Okay, at this point, we have to start heading for the next objective. All friendly units must survive. We don't actually have the next objective, but I know the way. We gotta start heading south. It's over, Kamiya. Your ascendancy, the Urano legacy, all of it. Victoria, what have you done? You know, Kamiya, for years I loved you like a sister, and then my father helped me see it. Your family's complacency, what it's done to the Reach. The nation dwindles like a dying star. House Urano is to blame. My father offered you a path to glory. I have fought under your banner proudly, served as your strong right hand. It was like a knife in my heart when you turned him away. Damn it, Victoria, I taught you better than this. You taught me lies. Kamiya, for the love I once bore for you, I'm going to give you a chance to surrender. Even spare the old man and his mech warrior if you stand down. I don't want to see you hurt, but you cannot be allowed to rule. I'll see you hanged for this, Victoria, you and your father both. Do you hear me? You are traitors to the Reach, and I will fight you to the last. Then you are truly a fool. I'll spare you in spite of yourself, but at the cost of your royal escort, their lives. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Attention, all Espinosa forces. This is Lady Victoria Espinosa. Lady Urano is to be apprehended and taken alive by my command. Fail to follow these instructions, and you will have me to deal with.
Alright, so we've got to quickly deal with these mechs. They've dropped right into the town next to us, so we'll get the Centurion into the tree line here. Again, just give it the evasion bonus, or the cover bonus. And we're going to go straight for the Cicada. We'll get rid of the LRM-10s, we're too close for those now, but we've got high chances on everything else, and we want to just focus everything on the center torso.
Locked on target.
Left torso and left arm destroyed, structures have been exposed, and the pilot's been injured. So first volley, not bad. Would have been nice to get a headshot critical, but... Oh, Locust. Trying to flank the Kintaro. Probably not the smartest move you could have made. Oh, death from above. Structure exposed.
Bastard breached my armor.
Managed to get through.
Standing by.
Right, we'll go with Kamiya next. And we're going to go melee on the Locust.
Melee range.
Because that's why light mechs shouldn't get close to larger mechs. Killer of Light. I'm not sure what that achievement was about, to be honest. But apparently I just got an achievement. They're all having a shot in melee.
That was a solid hit.
And it was obviously equipped with light lasers.
Keep it together. I'm going over.
Uh-oh. Alright, he's past knockdown state. I need to do something about that, because that leaves him very vulnerable. He's not out yet. The mech can get back up off the ground, but it does leave him in a position that I would rather him not be in. So we're going to move into the forest just there. Again, it'll take the advantage of the cover bonus. Why you reverse then, I have no idea, but that also puts us directly to the rear. Turn the AC2s off, too low a hit chance, but turn the meat lasers on.
Targeting rear armor.
And apparently my pilot is a really shit shot,
Incoming
because he messed that up.
Attention, citizens of Coromadir 6. This is Lord Santiago Espinosa. With the unanimous support of the founding houses, I have assumed control of the Oregon Coalition. For your own protection, I urge you to remain calm and stay indoors until otherwise instructed. All hostile units, stand down, and you have my oath that you will not be harmed. Resist, and you will be fired upon.
And that would be the traitor.
My father placed his faith in that man. I gave him my trust. He was family.
Alright, let's turn the SRM6s on here. Hit rates on everything are a little lower than I would like, but we can deal with that. That deals with that. Blow both legs out from underneath it. Alexander Mariara Kamina, do you read me? Alexander, thank the gods, I thought I'd lost you when the bombs fell. You very nearly did. Kamia, the city is lost. You have to get off this planet, and we need to do it now. I can't abandon Commodore. This is my home, my birthright. The battle's over, Kamia. Lord Mandara has the right of it. It's time for you to run, escape from this madness, and live to restore the Coalition another day. You're both right, my uncle has won, the Reach is his. We'll mourn for it later, both of us. For now you need to move. I have a dropship waiting at Shepherd's Pass. I'm on my way there right now. Hurry and meet me there, please. We're on our way.
You get to that ship, Alexander. I mean it. I will not lose you and my throne on the same day.
Alright, time to get moving.
Orders.
Now, I have to watch my Centurion. It's taken a bit of a beating here at this point. So we'll move it up into the forest so it gets a cover bonus. We're not quite out of this scrap just yet. We'll put the brace. And enemy tanks coming in. There's definitely a Scorpion.
Just barely dinged my armor.
I'm listening.
Alright, let's get the Kintaro up here where it should have direct line of sight on one target, and it looks like it can volley the LRMs onto the other. Multi-shot, A and B. So the LRM-5 will obviously be for target B. The rest can only hit A. Now this is going to overheat the mech if we fire everything, so I'm only going to fire the SRMs, not the MEADs. So 3 sets of SRMs and SRMs and the LRM-5.
Confirmed.
Alright, that's one vehicle down. Now the LRMs are unlikely to kill the striker, but they should do lots of damage. Okay, now I can bring my mech up. And we'll just brace. I have to try and keep the lance together as we approach the next point. And here comes the striker. Once again, going for the Centurion. It seems to be the flavor of the month to try and take out at this point.
That shot went internal. Talk to me.
You're worrying too much. Yeah, let's do that.
Fall in behind me.
That never gets old, by the way. Now this is your last chance, cousin. Don't make me order your death. Do whatever you must, betrayer. A headstrong fool to the end. Damn you for this. Captain Hoss, destroy them. Mastiff, my cousin, all of them. Leave no survivors.
As you command, my lady.
through my defenses.
Okay, so this is our boss mech for the moment, and his Alpha Strike, you can tell from the glow, he's just completely overheated himself. So we can take advantage of that.
Loud and clear. I'm on the move.
Now we're running hot with a couple of our mechs as well. We've got 55. We turn all those off. Can we activate breaching shot? No. Unfortunately, no. Alright, so we're just going to lob LRMs in this particular one because it's got the highest chance of actually hitting the target. But my mech should have a much better time of it. Alright, maybe not. Alright, AC2s, medium lasers, and we have a second target option. We can hit the light laser turret for an 85% chance, but we cannot fire the lasers at it either. I think we're just going to use the AC2s to take out that turret, so it can't get involved in this fight.
Engaging target.
And unfortunately it wasn't enough to take it out.
You've got my attention.
Mastiff's going to multi-fire. We're going to target the main mech, and then we're going to target the missiles. So LRMs at the turret. All other weapon systems are going to be targeted directly at the Wolverine. Alright, mead lasers didn't do a huge amount there. It looks like we missed with the autocannon. And the missiles, unfortunately, weren't enough to take down the turret either, so the turret is being stubborn.
Standing by.
Right, move the Kintaro up, because it's going to need to start absorbing some damage in a second. Once again, we're going to do the same thing. Multi-strike. A and B. The LRM5s are going for B, and I'm going to hit A, or hit the Wolverine with everything else. Jump jets destroyed, heat sink destroyed, and the LRM5s take out the turret. Okay.
Target destroyed.
Now his mech's cooled down, so it should be activating in just a moment. We got a chance to take a swing at him. This will be an ace level pilot with extremely high level stats, and the Wolverine is a mech that actually takes quite a while to come across. Alright, now we're going to alpha strike the Wolverine.
All weapons committed.
Didn't take it out, but we've nearly peeled it from all of its armor at this point. Kintaro is running really hot here as well, so we're not going to be able to do much more with it for the moment. Maybe a melee strike, but that's going to be about it. Mastiff's mech, on the other hand, is now completely cooled off, so
Moving out.
bring your Centurion in to the right. And we're going to do another multi-strike. Target A on the Wolverine and target B, if it's going to let me. There we go. Target B on the turret. LRMs to the turret. Everything else to the Wolverine. Still not enough to take it out. The missiles look like they all hit though. Right, we are still good in terms of our heat level. We bring the blackjack just a little bit closer though, we can get to the optimal overlap between the weapon systems. And now we can hit from the front and everything's got a high percentage chance to hit, so nothing should be wasted. Right torso and right arm destroyed, right leg destroyed, knocked down, pilot's been injured.
Yes, I hear you.
Now we've got to quickly take out the, turn the missile systems off here. That's still going to overheat. How many do we have to turn off before we can actually fire this? We get one volley of SRM-6s and one volley of LRM-5s. But that was enough to take out the turret.
Target destroyed.
You've got my attention.
Alright, we'll start moving
Copy that.
these mechs up into position. And keeping in mind he can still get up for the moment. Actually, I should probably finish that off. Center torso destroyed, pilot incapacitated.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Alright, so that is it. At this point, we should be clear to move all of our mechs at once.
Affirmative.
With no restrictions. Because there's no longer anybody to fight. We're now out of combat. Put my mech there.
Tell me what you need.
Move the Taro just up to there. Thank the gods you made it, Kamiya. Captain Hole's prepping the engines now. In another 5 minutes, we'll be ready to depart. 5 minutes is a long time. Mags, you see Lady Arano to the docking ramp. When she's aboard, come back to me and we'll hold the pass against whatever comes.
Thank you, Sir Raju. Thank you both. I won't forget what you've done for me today. I promise you that.
Alright, so move the Kintaro up to the next point. And that should be the conclusion to the mission. All units advance. If you want to take down that dropship, destroy everyone and everything that stands in your way. Alright Mags, I trained you for this. We'll fight side by side, watch each other's backs. Above all else, keep a Lady Arano safe, protect the dropship, it's all that matters. Warning, heat critical. Warning, error, shutdown initiated. Error, reactor offline, weapons offline, systems inoperable. Trouble with your blackjack, Mags? Shame, it's been happening to a lot of Royal Guard battle mechs lately. You have the numbers on us, and you've resorted to sabotage, and you're gloating about it? You've got no honour, you vicious little brat. Not you, not your backstabbing father. Shut your mouth, old man. My father is a great man. I swear to all the gods you will suffer if you insult him again. Your father is a coward, so are you. Mags, I want you to eject now, punch out. You're no good to anybody in a broken mech, and I won't let you die today. Eject mech warrior now, that is an order. Now come for me, Victoria, your teacher is waiting. Come and show me what you've learned.
Mission successful.
Alright, so that brings about the conclusion to the second tutorial mission. Yes, that was actually a tutorial. The third one will be taking control of our mercenary company, and from there the story runs on as it normally would. Now, most of the missions for the mercenary company are in no way spoilers. They're fine to play, they should be great. In all of the videos coming up, since the game isn't actually released yet and most people have not had the opportunity to be able to play it, I will be giving a fair warning when we're going into a storyline mission. So, the first battle of the next video will be the final tutorial, which does have a little bit of storyline involving you becoming a mercenary and getting your own mercenary crew. And it may end on another story mission, but I'll make sure I give fair warning in that one. Anyways, ladies and gents, Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, remember to click that like button, share and subscribe if you would like to see more, and as always, take care.